What's up, weirdo? Shade Tree Surgeon here, talking about Forgotten Angels with my very good friends here. If you guys don't want to be on camera, that's fine. I'm good. Donations to Forgotten Angels come in many different forms, and in this case, it's a very, very large one.
A few inches later.
Well, that didn't take long. We've lost one tire, but luckily it came with 4. How many do you really need? Alright, let's set up the shoe berth because obviously getting the boat home did not go as planned. We're gonna go over to Forgotten Angels and check it out in a little bit, but I definitely want to get my new helmet set up first. I'm gonna set it up like I've set up every other helmet that I've used in the past probably like 6 or 7 years since I found a setup that worked. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Luckily this shoe berth doesn't have any weird angles on it. A lot of these helmets that just have like these crazy grooves all across the front, those things don't do anything. Most of them are just don't do anything. Your helmet should look pretty smooth like this. That's no reason for having all that crazy stuff. They might say it does like wind deflecting, but it doesn't. So I'm gonna try something a little new, even though I'm talking about how if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I've been thinking about mounting my GoPro off to the side a little bit, only just to reduce the weight on the front of the helmet. I found this out because I actually like wearing a dirt bike style helmet more, not because I like it more, but I found out because I mount the GoPro on the side. Now I still want it to be front facing, I don't want it to get any of the helmet in it, so I'm just gonna mount it far off to the side as I can get it. I think right here is gonna about do it. Another quick tip, if you buy GoPro mounts, don't. Probably 20 mounts in here with the 3M. It was like $5. Buddy Bezos, once again, coming in to save the day sometimes. Normally, I like buying name brand stuff or supporting the company, but the amount that GoPro charges for these mounts is out of control, ridiculous. It's literally just a piece of plastic. It's probably made in the same freaking factory. And the only part of it that really matters is the 3M tape. So as long as you got this 3M stuff, you're good. I'll probably let it sit for like 15-20 minutes before I really try to attach anything to it. Got the rest of this helmet set up. My handy dandy Velcro on the inside and the outside. Good on shoe berth. The chin curtain is held on by Velcro, which is different. Most helmets, the chin curtain is held on by snaps or by some sort of weird insert. Having it held on by Velcro means I can run my microphone underneath it. That's already a win. See how it actually works on a bike, because I haven't done that yet. That's perfect. Look how much storage we have. All the storage. Very first ride on the shoe berth C5 Pro, baby. Just sounds like it's a lot, and it was very expensive. So far, the C5 Pro feels amazing. You know, feeling amazing is only half the battle, isn't it? This will be a really good test for how loud it is with the wind too, because this windshield I have in the Sportster likes to put the wind directly where my eyeballs are. It's literally at the worst possible height for me, so I need to do something about that before I take another long trip, but it's really good for seeing how loud a helmet's gonna be, that's for sure. 2 extremely unlikely adventure bikes. The Sportster, formerly an 883, now it's 1250, old dirty bastard, and of course Shay Lisi back there on the Trail 125. What's even more unlikely is the Trail 125 on anywhere that resembles a highway. Only Shay Lisi can do, because she only weighs about 100 pounds, so she can actually go highway speeds on it. Well, that's not good. Going here normal speed and my visor fell down. Does that not stay open? Will that not stay open if I leave it open like that? Oh my God. That's gonna get annoying real quick. Something tells me Shay Lisi's not feeling comfortable at highway speeds right now on that thing, because we're only doing about 50, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off. Might be something to do with it's kind of windy out right now, so I don't really blame her. Nothing wrong with taking surface roads. The thing is really meant for surface roads anyway. It's not supposed to be on the highway. And that little bike that probably only weighs like 300 pounds or something, it's probably not the most fun thing to ride when it's windy on an elevated highway. So far, I'm liking the shoe berth, and I actually feel like it fits my head better than the shoey. Of course, the shoe berth is brand new, so of course it fits my head better than the shoey does. But more than that, I feel like I have more range of motion in the way I can turn my neck. I've actually got some problems in my neck. That makes turning it left to look over my shoulder when I'm like getting off the highway or making a turn, I'm looking for oncoming traffic. One of the most painful things I do on a motorcycle. I just feel like I have better range of motion with this helmet on. Like I can turn and look around easier. I think that the overall outside of the helmet is smaller than the shoey, just because again, shoe berth, they upgrade their helmets every couple, 3 years or something like that. So It's not weird that a shoe berth is actually like got a better shell shape and a better shell size than the shoey does. But right now, it feels good. Of course, these are all just my initial reactions, man. Don't take this as a helmet review. Like freaking 10 miles with this helmet on is not a review, trust me. And this is gonna be an insane week for us. Camp out's coming up. We gotta get food. We gotta get porta potties. We gotta get everything set up. We gotta get places for us to sleep set up. We gotta get the property cleaned up. We gotta. On top of, we gotta get Brapstar ready too. Because I'm not professional at all. It's hard for me to make the distinction between stuff we sell in person and stuff that gets sold online. Either basically I have to do a full inventory before we ever sell anything in person and then do another full inventory afterwards, or I have to just take the store completely offline and then do a full inventory. Anyway, I know this could be solved by like giving things like barcodes, you know, where you scan a barcode and automatically takes it off. I'm not that high tech. I need to get there because right now it is a enormous undertaking to take stock and go have it for sale that people can buy it in person. People are like, why don't you do anything in person? That's why, because I'm stupid and it's hard for me. As I always say, life is hard. It's harder when you're stupid. Man, I'm so proud of Shay Lisi going on a camping trip, a solo camping trip on that little Trail 125. That takes guts, man. Not only to do it as a girl, like that's not the craziest thing in the world. It's not like the campgrounds are that dangerous or anything like that, but it takes a little bit of courage to do it by yourself as a girl anyway. But to do it far away on an 8 horsepower Trail 125, now that takes a little bit of balls, man. I know there's a lot of people that wouldn't be willing to do that. Not only was it her first time camping solo, but she's barely ever been camping before. And it poured rain. I haven't even seen the footage yet, but I'm sure it's going to be a good one. Whoops. Here, have a little extra for the ground. One for my homies. Welcome home. In about 4 days when the camp out starts, that's gonna take on a whole new meaning. It's gonna be welcome home to, it ain't even friends. Once you come to the Forgotten Angels camp out once, you ain't friends no more, you're family. That's gonna be home to everybody here for a weekend. There's already people out here getting stuff ready, I love it. Well, we got a few things to take care of here at Forgotten Angels that we need to take care of, being taken care of, but on a personal note, I gotta see if the stabbing wagon still runs. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't, right? We just took it on a freaking 300-mile round trip, which equals, you know, about $150 in gas. And they say it's cheaper to fly, you know, some people joke that it's cheaper to fly. Oh, with the stabbing wagon, it's actually cheaper to fly. But it's not about how much it costs, is it, baby? It's about the mystique of a 1975 Wanna Bang Ya. Fingers crossed, man. 70s 454. Don't let me down. All right, we'll give her some gas here. Hell. Oh. Hell yeah.
I said hell yeah, brother.
Do it for Dale, baby. She runs. I just swept right here, Josh. All right, let's go check this sucker out and see what we're working with. Probably not accurately showing the scale of this thing. This is a big boat. Well, it might float. I wouldn't say exactly seaworthy, but float-worthy, probably. I don't see any major holes up here. So there's lizards and spiders and all sorts of creepy crawlies all over the place in there, but you can definitely see yourself hanging out here, man. I can even envision hanging out here, maybe a few of the shade trees angels up here with me. I like the sound of that. Dude, and the whole freaking cabin down here? Oh yeah, so already spiders. Yeah, you go over there, bud. I'm sure it is just spider and lizard city in here, but this is freaking cool. Dude, and there's a bed back here? Damn. Not that I want to get in it right now, but there is a bed back there. This thing's got the whole freaking setup, man. Well, judging from the water on the floor, probably a little bit of a leak up here somewhere. This is all fiberglass. I imagine it's probably in one of those windows. Well, I don't know if it's bigger, but it's definitely set up better than my RV, man. Like the area you have here, which I guess you would want more counter area because you're gonna be cleaning fish, theoretically, right? Yo.
This thing is nuts.
Dude, I know, it's freaking huge, isn't it?
It's insane.
well, I don't know if it's bigger, but it's definitely set up better than my RV, man. Like the area you have here, which I guess you would want more counter area because you're gonna be cleaning fish, theoretically, right? Yo.
This thing is nuts.
Dude, I know, it's freaking huge, isn't it?
This is insane. This is like...
Dude, there's 2 beds back here. I guess 3, so this is the couch. And then there's a bed back here.
Freaking yawn.
And then a bed up here.
Dude.
Yeah, come down, check it, because you're looking at, like you see this, you're like, oh wow, kitchen, bed, table. When you come down, look behind you.
Oh my god.
There's another bedroom back there.
This is insane.
Like with a closable door.
Is this the stuff people like travel in?
I don't know,
You know
man.
what I mean?
I
They
think
go,
it's
like...
I think it's probably too small to do like real traveling in, like, but I have no idea. I mean,
like the Caribbean.
it's almost a 30-foot boat. 30 feet sounds big to us, but you start being 30 foot out on the open ocean.
You start being 6.5 foot tall, you can't fit in these damn things.
Yeah, this is definitely, I'm scraping the roof at 5'12" and a half. Yeah, dude, it's fucking cool. You can imagine it like all cleaned up in here. It's so neat.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, I never turned down the opportunity to ride a new bike. My man Doug here, who previously let me have my first turn on the DCT Honda Rebel 1100. Don't think he's just a DCT Honda Rebel 1100 guy. He's that guy, but he's also this guy. This is a brand new GSXS, the GT. Probably close to the sportiest touring bike you can get, man. I dig it. All right, let's see what they came up with. He's got the bags off it right now, and which is funny because it does make it a lot sportier, but I actually think it looks cooler with the bags. Well, just because you don't see it coming, you know? You're like, what the hell is that thing?
Take that son of a bitch to 10.5, 11,000, and jam it in the next gear.
No, just freaking...
Watch it all.
Dude, that's freaking slick, man. I like the way Doug does business. He goes, hey, don't worry about what you do on this thing. I buy these bikes to ride them, not to look at them. Make sure we go down to 15. Gotta respect the neighbors, though. Ooh. Barely getting on it, man. You can just kind of feel that muted power underneath it. The thing about sport touring bikes is that's about as sport bike as I get. Not really a big fan of sport bikes, you know, crotch rockets, but a sport touring bike with a little bit less aggressive seating stance, and this is actually more aggressive than like the Connie, but it's not anywhere near as aggressive as a sport bike with clip-ons. It feels like riding a Bandit a little bit, but a full-fared, like nice touring position Bandit. I think if you're really good at tour, it's pretty aggressive, but that's just for me, man. If you're used to a sport bike and you jump on this, you'd probably think the seating position was like Maxo or Laxo. To me, it's about as sporty as I want to get. Oh, that's right, I always forget about quick shifters. Quick shifters are so nice, man. That's so cool. Funny when Suzuki comes up with something new. Of course, it isn't exactly super new. It's a Suzuki, so it's just kind of like a parts bin bike, I think. It probably uses like a detuned GSXR 1000 motor or something like that. When they say detuned, I mean like tuned for torque and smoothness and stuff like that. But I guess that all the fairing parts and everything like that, those are proprietary to this bike, and I think it's damn good looking. Not so aggressive like the Ducati Multistrada, definitely a little more understated. Oh, it's quick shifter up and down, baby. I like that. That's freaking cool. That sucker moves, man. This definitely feels faster than my Ducati. I don't know if it is or not, but it feels faster than the Ducati. That's that inline 4 power, man. It doesn't quite punch you in the nuts as hard as a V-twin, but it always feels faster. I just like the rawness of a V-twin, if I'm being honest, man. Just that punchy, shaking, like you really just, even if you're not going fast, you definitely feel like you're doing something. Inline 4s are great, man, and I know they got their fans. It's cool. It's always a neat thing to get on. I just don't know if I could ever fall in love with one. Although this is a very cool bike, Doug. I don't ever mind taking a little break from the work to blow off a little steam. Damn, dude. The inline 4 feels so sedate and so calm. I guess that's the difference. When I was saying that it doesn't punch you in the nuts like the Ducati, like a V-twin does, but when you wind it open, man, it's freaking there, dude, and it feels faster. I guess maybe when you're just riding around normal, it feels so sedate. It feels like it's never gonna hurt you. It's never gonna do anything, where the Ducati, that feels dangerous at any speed. Maybe that's just what I like. I like a motorcycle that never calms down. A motorcycle that feels dangerous at every speed, not just when the throttle's wide open. I think it calms me down because I like to feel dangerous. So if it feels dangerous all the time, maybe I don't go as fast. Whereas on this one, you got to be screaming to feel dangerous, and it screams. Like I said, I believe it's faster than my Ducati Multistrada. So like, that'll get you in trouble, man. Right when you just think you're just accelerating a little bit, you're gonna have that gas on, you're gonna be going triple digits, baby. I would say if you want something that's sport bike fast, but isn't uncomfortable to ride and has got suspension that won't rattle at your teeth, the Suzuki GSX, that's probably for you. This is a pretty cool motorcycle. Kind of feels like the Bandit. Remember they made the Bandit 1200S? It feels like that reincarnated. A new version of the Bandit, but with a way more advanced engine. It's crazy how smooth it feels compared to the Ducati. Of course, the Ducati's an old school bike, you know, it might be advanced for the year that it came out, but it's still got a cable throttle. It's still just compared to this bike. A Ducati Multistrada I have is actually a dinosaur, believe it or not. I'm sure that is also why this thing just feels like a Lincoln Town Car or a Cadillac compared to the Ducati. The Ducati feels like an old muscle car from the 70s, whereas this feels like a brand new Civic Si. The muscle car might make a lot more noise and it might just be a lot more raw. The Civic Si is still gonna actually beat it, even though it's got that little engine. All right, let's park this thing before we have a little too much fun. I mean, come on though. Too much fun? Never met her. Happy to see Ursula, the old Barney Glide, Purple Rain over here, has gone to a new owner and it stayed in the family. This is now Shep's bike. So cool. I actually did a video on this bike. One of my friends bought it, and then he decided to upgrade his Gold Wing, and now Shep has it. Now it's the Purple Pocket Beer. Test driving.
Imagine that.
Yeah. All right, heading out now because we still got miles to go before we sleep, but Shaylisi busted her ass getting that RV clean. Better you than me. You did a much better job than I would do too, so not only would it be harder for me, but I also would do a bad job.
You just paced the whole time, and I was just like, leave.
I know my strengths. There's very few of them, so they're easy to count. Trail 125 staying here is the pit bike, so Shay gets to experience the wonderful feeling of being two up on a bike that was designed and built by me. I use the word design very loosely. Wasn't a whole lot of design that went into it. Yeah, an engineer even. Well, I won't say we engineered. We basically, whatever was lying around the shop, we made it fit. I also just remembered, I didn't check to see if those lights were still pointing in the right direction when I re-welded the bracket. A lot of good work got done at Forgotten Angels today. A little bit more work left to do, and to everyone I'm sure who will be in the comments saying, you could have let me know, I would have helped you. I sometimes never know when we're gonna be up there, so it was hard for me to pinpoint the exact day. Next time, I'll try to be more on top of our crap, and we'll try to let anyone know who wants to help beforehand. And that doesn't mean you should feel bad. If all you want to do is come enjoy the party, then baby, just come enjoy the party. After all, that's why we're doing it. Now that's a little chillier and I'm keeping my visor down, I will tell you, it lives up to the hype. This helmet is so quiet. Again, this is less than 20 miles with it, and I haven't given it a chance to wear out and see how fast it wears out. But as of right now, visor down, it's comfortable, it feels good. I'm feeling pretty good about this one, y'all. Pretty damn good. Time will tell if I like it more than the Shoei. I like it more than the Shoei right now because the Shoei was slap wore out last time I wore it. Time will tell, but it's looking good. It's back, baby, like a bad rash. The ST1100 is here. It's a little worse for wear. Definitely needs a battery and some general maintenance. So what are you to do when there's two Hondas in your fleet and they need fixing, baby? Well, they're just gonna have to be rescued by a Harley Davidson. It'd be real funny if I went through all that talking crap and then my Dirtster didn't start. Oh, why wouldn't it though? Oh, as both the batteries on the ST1100 and the PC800 have ceased to be, it's time to make a trip up to my favorite place that sells batteries, because why would you pay $100 for a battery when you can literally pay like 20 bucks for one that is just as good and still comes with a warranty? No, they're not paying me to say that. They don't have to. The deal is just that good. I get no special treatment there, but once again, we're heading up to Square Deal Battery here in Tampa, man. The best deal around. Like I said, batteries, it's just a plastic case with the lead sheets inside and whatever the forbidden fruit juice inside that makes it go. I really don't know how a battery works, if I'm being honest with you. But you know why you get a core charge for a battery? Because they rebuild them. Square Deal Battery, they rebuild them, except they don't charge you the same price for a new battery as for an old one. They just charge you like 20 bucks to 50 bucks, depending on whether it's like a motorcycle battery or a big diesel battery or something. I have gotten one bad battery from Square Deal ever, and guess what? They replaced it immediately. Another reason I love this place, they've been doing this since the 1950s. And when you said you ride too, a KTM 380 is not what I expected you to say. That's a bad motherfucker. Hey man, you be easy, all right? Take her easy, man. Old men and enduro. Dude in his 60s at Square Deal Battery says, oh yeah, no, I got a bike too. Did not expect him to say a KTM 380cc two-stroke, man. That was cool. Just sat there and swapped dirt bike stories for a little while with that guy over there. You ain't ever too old to ride dirt bikes, man. I mean, at some point you are too old to ride dirt bikes, but I would see people doing the races. I think the oldest guy there doing hair scrambles was in his late 70s. KTMs aside, my KTM has a battery. I just don't use it. It's probably dead as a doornail because the starter stopped working a long time ago, but it's got a kickstart. Who needs a start? Let's go get a couple bikes started that definitely need batteries. Okay, we have two Hondas. Honda 2. But the PC800, that's your mess. So Shea Lisi's gonna take care of that one. It lives! It lives despite you. I don't know if it lives despite you or it lives in spite of you. You meet the worst people on a Honda, and the thing about Hondas, they always come back to life. So you just get to be a terrible person, and you're never punished for it. Look, it's running again. Well, we're taking a break from working on Hondas to work on feeding everybody at Forgotten Angels. This is only part of it. There's also all of this. That's gonna be a good one. I wanna do a seafood boil on Thursday night. Thursday is always the night when less people are here. And doing a seafood boil ain't exactly cheap. So I think we're gonna do that one on Thursday. And then my man Jeremiah, Dwight Smokins, is gonna handle the rest of the day. Anyway, let's get this stuff unloaded. We still have another motorcycle to fix besides the PC800. And there's still plenty of stuff to do out here on the property. Everybody's hard at work. Bringing out the freaking heavy equipment. In case anything happens, Moto Mortician is here to freaking take over. He's on vacation right now, but we're ready. It's going to be a monumentous occasion here at Forgotten Angels. We're doing it bigger, better, badder than ever. We're actually having celebrity guests this year. And I couldn't believe we actually got him out. Just don't make direct eye contact with this man. That's why he wears the shades. Don't look him in the eye. Only speak to him if he speaks to you. But yes, we have the one and only Saddle Tramp here. He's got all his shots and he's here to make this a real event with real celebrities. It's gonna be amazing. Yo, did we just catch you peeping them fresh new Dad Force Ones, baby? There's only one thing to do when you got a pair of freshies on your feet. You gotta take something low and slow for a cruise. It's Honda time. That's right, boys and girls. The sound of pure mediocrity. If it's wrong to break in a sparkling white fresh pair of DF1s on a milquetoast Pacific coast, well then I don't want to be right. I knew there was something missing too. There was something missing from my Honda Dad powers. I was missing my magic feather, the Dad Force Ones. I'm back in action now. I'm whole. I'm complete. I'm ready to go back to maximum dad. Tell all them boys in the drop top vets to watch it, baby. The main dad, he's back on the prowl. Light beers and lawns beware, because with these puppies on my feet and this Honda underneath me, I am ready to grill and or possibly chill. But not quite yet, because we got one more Honda to get going. We got the gonorrhea glide over there, the STD 1100. Only then will the trifecta be complete. 2, 4, and 6 on the gold wing. The magic number 3 were forged and given to the worlds of men. But before we do that, we got a Twitch stream on the Shea Lisi Twitch channel. So let's go do that, and then we'll get the gonorrhea glide going. Good live stream. Good hang with all y'all. If you were at the Twitch stream on the Shea Lisi Twitch channel, I love you. But now let's fix some Hondas. Holy crap. Come on, you son of a bitch. Damn, alright. That's what I get for not working out today. Holy shit. definitely think that this has a rotor that's draggy, or a caliper that's draggy. Oh, they don't push easy. Let's see what we can do about the bright red STD. Well, besides the calipers that are hanging up, making it hard to push, there's a few different things we have to address on the ST1100. All right, got them. Well, next up, we're actually going to finally address the handlebars. People always complain about them, say they look goofy. They do look goofy, but they've never really bothered me because the seating position is fine. They're a little high, really. But what really bothers me is that the way that they're on the bike, they literally stand directly in the way of the mirrors. So every time you try to look in the mirror, all you're looking at is the clutch master cylinder or the brake master cylinder. It really doesn't work, so let's try something else. I got pretty limited options here right now, but I do have a set of rocks risers that I'm going to try out with the handlebars I do have. Well, another nice thing about having old crappy Hondas, you don't have to worry about the handlebars scratching the tank. I'm going to get rid of these things because the bars I have are actually 1 1/8 bars. Just looking at this right now, I can already tell it's going to be too low for my comfort. I actually got these rocks risers for a different project. That's why they're only 2 inches. If I was going to do this, they actually sell 4-inch risers as well. And I probably would have gone with 4-inch risers for this. Well, there's only one way to tell. Just to get on the bike and see how they feel. Honestly, they're a little too low for me. I can use the mirrors now. That's cool. I just don't think those are going to work. I need like another couple inches, I think, to be comfortable. Ah, well, that was a nice try. Oh well, that just means I don't have to buy new rocks risers for my other project. I thought I was going to make more of a video about getting the SCD1100 running, but it's a Honda, baby. I checked the brakes, they're fine. I freed up the calipers and it's all good now. It runs, the throttle snaps back. The bike's fine. There are a few bikes that you can let sit for months and months and months and then they start up and they ride like they're brand new. Old Honda touring bikes are definitely one of them. What I love about them, it's part of this whole, that's the whole idea behind you meet the worst people on a Honda, is that these old Honda touring bikes, the PC800, the ST1100, the Goldwing, all these old Honda touring bikes were really meant for people who wanted the best of the best when it came to touring. They wanted the best product, they were willing to pay for it. The Goldwing was an expensive bike, so was the ST1100. The PC800 a little less so, but it was still supposed to be a luxury item. Well, you fast forward about 20 or 30 years and all of a sudden those former luxury items that now look incredibly dated in their whole retro futurism style are available for pennies. You can buy them for nothing. So who ends up riding those high-end, I wear high-vis safety, orange everything, and I follow all the rules and I'm a good little Honda rider? Who ends up with those things? Us! That's who, the scumbags. And I love that. I think Honda probably doesn't like it, but I love it. That's why we did the shirt. You meet the worst people on the Honda. So if you want, that is still available for pre-order. I'll have the link down below. And if you bought one of those shirts, huge thank you to you. You are in large part funding the camp out. That's the money that we use to buy all the food. So we bought about $1,500, almost $2,000 worth of food at Restaurant Depot. We still got more to buy. Rented 6 porta potties for the camp out. Huge thanks to everybody who bought a You Meet the Worst People on a Honda shirt. You guys rock. And you're scumbags, and you buy cheap, crappy bikes off of Facebook Marketplace, and I love you for that. Honda hates you. I love you. And if you didn't get to buy a shirt, that's cool too. Don't worry about it, man. I appreciate the support. Leave a like on the video. Leave a comment. This week is just going straight to hellfuck. It's I'm really looking forward to Thursday when I get to take a load off and have a good time. So that's gonna about do it for this one. I appreciate everybody hanging out. I hope I'm seeing a bunch of you guys at the camp out. We'll have a great freaking time. Hopefully I see you guys there. Until next time, keep it weird.
Crashing through the sky comes a fearful cry. Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. Armies of the night, evil taking flight. Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Panic spreading far and wide. Can the world oppose the deadliest of foes? Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. They never say die, walking tall with banners high.
Shade Tree Army, a ruthless gang of scum, villains, freaks, and bikers determined to rule the world.